A little hip opening and bringing the foot to the opposite hip crease might feel good in half lotus. So a couple of options, any comfortable seated pose will work. And then as you come into sitting, go ahead and just shift your pelvis, shift your weight a little bit from side to side, from one sitting bone to the next, and just kind of allow yourself to feel the ground beneath you. And then take a moment to lengthen the spine, breathing in deeply. And then as you exhale, big heavy sigh, let the breath out. Good. Do that one more time. Inhale, rooting down through the sit bones, lengthening the top of the head up towards the ceiling, creating space between each vertebrae. And then as you exhale, big heavy sigh, let the breath out. And then just allow yourself to come into the space today, wherever you are. Allowing the hands to soften and relax comfortably on your lap. Maybe taking the palms down today for more of a grounding position. Allow the shoulders to fall away from your ears. Blink the eyes closed or lower your gaze and just breathe. Allow yourself to be here in this space. Letting go of any worries or concerns that you have from your day today. Using this time to take care of yourself. Notice the quality of your breath, and the location of your breath. And then if it's available to you, begin to deepen the breath, shifting it low into the belly. Allow the rib cage to fully expand with each in-breath. Gently allow the ribs to come together with each out-breath. Just allowing your breath to be your guide and your pace for your practice today. And then if you took a seated position where you have one leg in front or one leg crossed over, go ahead and switch which leg you have in front, or switch maybe if you took half lotus, switch which foot you have towards the hip crease. And just like you did when you first came to sitting, just shift your weight slightly, root down and lift the top of your head up. And then on an inhale, if you could do this with your eyes closed, sweep the arms out to the side, lengthen up over your head, and then just grab loosely onto one of your wrists and press your palms up towards the ceiling. So you're lengthening both side bodies. Good, and then as you exhale, let the palms come forward, create a rounding in your spine, tuck the chin. Almost like you're curling yourself into a ball. As you inhale, sit nice and tall. Sweep the arms up over your head, palms up towards the sky. This time lift your chin. Allow the breath to come to the base of the throat and the front of the neck. Exhale, tuck and round everything. Chin to the chest, draw the navel in as far as you can towards your spine. Lengthening out between the shoulder blades. Good, one last time. Inhale, lengthen upward, palms up towards the ceiling. Open at the base of the throat, lift your chin. Exhale, tuck and round generously, drawing the navel into the spine. Big stretch between the shoulder blades. Good, then come back to a neutral spine, release your hands. Sitting nice and tall, take another deep breath in, lengthen upward. Big exhale, release the hands down. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms down. We'll take the hands together at heart center. Drop your chin slightly, create an intention or dedication for your practice today. Breathe into that intention. Be with it as you practice today. And release your hands on either side of your hips. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Circle the chin down to the chest, and then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Chin down to the chest. Right ear, right shoulder, stay here. Press the left fingertips into the mat, and then tilt your chin up or down, or just rotate it around a little bit, whatever feels best for you. Kind of working out those tight or restricted places. And then as you exhale, chin down to the chest, let the breath flow to the back of the neck. And then when you're ready, slowly bring your left ear to your left shoulder, ground down through those right fingertips. Turn the chin up or down, whatever feels best for you. And then inhale up to a neutral position with your head. And then one more time, lift your chin, walk your fingertips back, open your heart. Shoulder blades draw together, chin lifts, opening across the collarbones, the heart center, and the base of the throat. And then as you exhale, walk the hands forward, explore a forward fold. Grounding down through your palms here, drawing the navel slightly inward. As you inhale, walk your hands back up. And then if you do have something underneath your sit bones, go ahead and just scoot it off to the side. Send the legs all the way out in front of you, and then we'll step the right foot in and cross it over. So grounding down, planting that bottom of the foot onto the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, pull the knee across midline. So you're pulling your knee towards the left shoulder, and then go ahead and take a turn back to the right. As you do that, focusing in on opening up the right side of the chest and lengthening the outer hip and glute on the right leg. And just press gently that right foot into the mat. Good. Pause and breathe. Sit tall. Inhale to lengthen again, rooting down, lifting up. Exhale to rotate. Coming back to the center, release both legs straight out in front of you. Take your hands and turn your fingertips to point backwards. So your shoulders, your hands are just behind your shoulders. Once again, lift your chin up, pull the shoulder blades together, and point your toes. So just a little opening again through the front body. Pause and breathe, bringing yourself out of that rounded shoulder posture. As you exhale, release back to center. This time you're gonna take your left leg, draw it in, step it across so that your left sole of your foot is touching the mat. Take a nice deep breath in to lengthen, and then grab that knee and pull it across to the right shoulder, either with your hand or your elbow crease. And this time we'll turn and gaze back to the left. Really thinking about opening that left side of the chest, pulling the shoulder blade towards your spine, and keeping that straight leg active. So send the knee crease towards the floor on that leg. Pausing and breathing. Starting to warm up the spine a little bit here. Good. One more breath in. As you exhale, release back to center. Send both legs out in front. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, just work in the direction of nose towards your knees. So a forward bend, nice and gentle. Inhale, shoulders come back up over the hips. Lengthen. Exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold over the legs. Good, one more time, nice deep breath in. Come back up to center. As you exhale, soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. Let the knees fall out to the side here and just come to whatever range of motion feels good for your body today. Allowing the knees to just gently fall out to the side. And then if you'd like, start to hinge over the legs. We'll stay in the center first, but ground down through the palms. So spread the fingers nice and wide, soften the back of the neck. Allow the breath to flow to the hips and the back body. And then if it's available to you, walk the hands over to the right side. Invite a side stretch here. So noticing that lengthening occurring along the left side body all the way into the pelvis. Pausing and breathing, relaxing the back of the neck. Coming back to the center, walking through the center, and then making our way over to the left side. Breathing into the right side of the trunk. Relaxing the back of the neck. And then slowly coming back to center, pausing in the center one last time, and then beginning to walk your hands back up. Use your hands to assist the knees back to center and come over to tabletop. So coming into hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll start to cycle through cat, cow, and child's pose. So on an inhale, drop the belly, look forward to cow. Exhale, press through cat. Big toes together, knees wide, extended child's pose. Pause and breathe. 2 breaths here. Feel the belly expand towards the earth with each in-breath. On your next inhale, cow pose. Tailbone up, heart forward. Exhale, press through cat. Knees come out, big toes together, extended child's pose. If you can't quite make it all the way back to extended child's pose, then just do your version of it. Inhale, cow pose, tailbone up. Exhale, tuck and round through cat, drop all the way back, extended child's pose. This time walk your fingertips up towards the top edge of the mat. Allow your forehead to sink towards the mat. Notice the length on each side body. On an inhale, make your way back up to tabletop. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. As you exhale, pull the belly in. Shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. Cross-body balance. We'll send the left toes back, the right arm forward. If it's available to you, float your left heel and breathe. Notice the activation in your midsection here. On an exhale, pull the elbow towards the knee. So come into center with everything, activating the abdominal muscles. On an inhale, lengthen. Don't dump into your low back though. So keep that spine in neutral. Exhale, curl to center. Inhale, extend. Foot is flexed on that lifted leg. Exhale, curl to center. Inhale, extend. Exhale to tabletop. Find that neutral spine position again. Drop the tension out of your neck. Draw the navel to the spine and send your right toes back. Left arm floats. Perfectly fine to stay right here, or you can float that right heel. Still drawing the navel into the spine. Pause and breathe. On an exhale, elbow towards your knee. Draw everything in. Inhale, lengthen. Belly in. Exhale, curl to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. And exhale, come back to neutral spine and tabletop. Walk down to your forearms. Tuck the toes under and come into dolphin pose today. So similar to downward facing dog, but lifting the sit bones up and back, neutralize the spine. So as we take approximately the first inversion of our practice today, just feeling what you feel being in your body. Allowing the heels to float down to the mat, creating some length in the legs. Pause and breathe. Good, then press into the hands, come into downward facing dog. Take the feet a little bit wider so they're about hips distance apart, really utilizing the length of your mat. Maybe floating the heels and melting them down, whatever works for you today. And then when you're ready, eventually bringing the feet back in so they're hips distance apart, noticing the palms in your feet. So you're grounding through those surfaces. And then on an inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. And so take a little bit of time to do whatever feels good for you here. It might feel good to kind of look to the side, bend and straighten the knee, rotate out that hip a little bit. Breathing into that leg, and then as you exhale, you're going to send that right leg under the left, stepping it off your mat. So you're coming to the outer edge of your right foot. Hips are still lifted here, and then on an inhale, drop the hips like you would for plank. Rotate over to your your right arm, and float the left arm up, fallen starfish. So hips are lifted. If you really aren't liking this, you can always step that bottom knee down. Pause and breathe, reaching those left fingertips up for the sky. Lots of side body strength here. Good, release the left hand back down. Keep your hips lowered, one breath. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Paddle out those feet. Remember, you're always welcome to take any resting pose of your choice as you need to throughout the practice today. So everything is a suggestion. If something does not feel good for you, feel free to modify or take another pose of your choice. So whenever you're ready, downward facing dog. We'll find three-legged dog on the second side. So we'll inhale the left leg up. And then any options here that you'd like to take, a little bit of movement, a little bit of rotation. And then eventually reaching that left foot up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, send it under the right, coming to the outer edge of that left foot. Hips stay lifted. And then on an inhale, let your hips sink down. As you exhale, rotate over to your left arm, float the right arm up, fallen starfish pose. Hips are lifted. Little bit of side arm balance here, yogis. Pause and breathe. Do what works for your body today. Heart is open to the side wall. On an exhale, right hand releases. Good, keep the hips lowered. Belly in, and then exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Pause and breathe. When you feel ready, walk your feet up to your hands, take a generous forward fold at the top edge of your mat, and let's take the feet out a little bit wider. So move the feet so they're about the width of your mat. Turn the toes slightly inward and forward fold. So you can grab your ankles here, grab opposite elbows, relax the back of the neck. So you might kind of shift your weight from side to side or maybe toes to heels. Kind of doing what feels good for your body today. And then on an inhale, come to a flat back. So if that's not available to you with fingertips to the floor, then bring your hands to your lower legs. So palms to the lower legs. Top of the head is forward, belly is in. Give yourself a little bit of support for the back. And then let's take the left hand over to the right leg and then reach the right arm up. So a little rotation again here. Turning your gaze towards that right hand. As you exhale, release back to that flat back position. So belly is in. This time the right hand moves over to the left leg. And then inhale the left arm up. Still drawing the belly in. And then as you exhale, release everything, forward fold, toe heel the feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Taking your time, press through your feet, start to come all the way up to standing. And as you come to stand, paddle out those feet, Bring your feet so they're about fist distance apart towards the top third of your mat. We'll come into mountain pose. And as we first come to standing here, just kind of rock from toes to heels if that feels good, or shift from side to side. And then let your palms be forward, eventually settling into stillness. Just like we did at the beginning of our practice today, I want you to feel the ground beneath you. Notice your weight distribution from right to left. Do your best to make that symmetrical from side to side. Reconnect with that intention that you set for your practice today. And when you feel ready, blink your eyes open, deep breath in, sweep the arms up, take a little back bend. As you exhale, hinge forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through your feet, sweep all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, again, half sun salutation. Inhale, lengthen upward, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. One breath per movement. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through your feet, reach all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and pause. Breathe in. On your exhale, knees to the mat, lower halfway, chaturanga. Release to your tummy, tops of the feet flat. Inhale, lift your heart, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog, or tabletop, or child's pose. Notice the ground beneath your hands and feet. Look forward, walk or step to the top of your mat, breathe into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep, little back bend if you'd like. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank and pause. From your toes or your knees this time, halfway down, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, baby cobra, cobra, up dog if you feel ready. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward. Pivot the back heel down. You'll keep your right hand either to the outer edge of your right foot or to your leg. Inhale the left arm up, triangle pose. If you have a block, feel free to utilize it. In triangle pose, both knees have a micro bend, so just essentially straight, left fingertips reach for the sky. Good, as you exhale, reverse warrior. So bend into the front knee, float the right palm, facing it towards the back wall. Gentle and light on your back fingertips. Pause and breathe. As you exhale, find your way to half moon. Shift your weight onto that front foot. Allow the back leg to float up. Once again, heart is open to the side wall. If you want an additional challenge today, turn your gaze to the left. Foot is flexed. Pause and breathe. Good, releases high lunge. Float the palms, face into the back wall, knee over the ankle on the front leg. Notice the length in the left hip flexor, back knee is straight, lift your gaze. As you exhale, hands come all the way down to the mat, step back to plank. Pause and breathe. From your toes to your knees, lower halfway, chaturanga. On your inhale, any back bend. Do what works for you. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Ground through your hands and feet. Pausing and breathing. When you feel ready, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale the right arm up, triangle pose. Micro bend in both knees. Gaze is up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Reaching those right fingertips up, softening the top of the right shoulder. Pausing and breathing, noticing the length in your legs. On an exhale, bend the front knee, reverse warrior. Left palm faces the back wall. Nice and gentle on those back fingertips. Beautiful. Pause and breathe. Feel that length into the left side body. Good. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find half moon. Shift your weight forward. Float the back leg up. Working towards that back leg being, or the foot being flexed on the lifted leg. Left toes point forward. For that additional challenge, turn your gaze to the right wall. Keep reaching the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Good. Release with grace to high lunge. Up on the ball of the back foot. Sweep the arms up. Face the palms towards the back wall. Opening that right front of your hip. Pause and breathe. Good. When you're ready, as you exhale, hands to the mat, find plank pose. Good. Pause and breathe. From your toes to your knees, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend. Open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, we'll do one more standing balance pose here. So inhale, bring the toes of bring big toes to touch. Come into chair pose to start. So inhaling to chair. And then let's sweep the arms back, airplane arms, shoulder blades draw together, sinking your weight back towards your heels, keeping your heart lifted. Good, inhale, sweep them up or bring them to heart center. Pause and breathe, notice the activation in your legs. And then as you exhale, hands come to heart center. Keep your chest and your spine lengthened, and we'll take a prayer twist to the right. So hooking your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, keeping your knees in a line. And then shifting your weight onto the right foot, stepping the left leg back to high lunge. Good, pause and breathe, back knee is straight. Good, and then as you inhale, come all the way up to tree pose, top of your mat. Pressing off that back leg. Good, as you exhale, prayer twist back to high lunge. Same side. Open those arms nice and wide if you'd like. And then one last time, press off your back leg, tree pose, top of your mat, any variation. Really think about engaging the hip around that right standing leg. Good, exhale, mountain pose, top of your mat. Bring the big toes and the heels to touch. Inhale, come into chair pose. Sinking it low. Exhale, airplane arms. Shoulder blades together, belly in, slight tailbone tuck. Good, inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Knees in a line, right elbow comes on the outside of that left knee. Good, shift your weight to your left foot, send the right foot back, high lunge. Up on the ball of the back foot. Pause and breathe, back knee is straight. Breathe in, belly in. Exhale, tree pose, top of your mat. Lifting through the crown of your head. Good. Pause and breathe. As you exhale, prayer twist to the left. Step that right leg back. Smooth transitions, belly in. Open those arms nice and wide if you'd like. Back knee is straight. Pause and breathe. On an exhale, tree pose. Last time. Soften the tops of the shoulders and breathe. Good. Exhale, release everything. Mountain pose, deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Good. One more time, deep breath in. This time, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Take a seat in the middle part of your mat. And then however you'd like to come down to your back, go ahead and make your way there. So you can engage through the belly and lower yourself down, or you can come through your side. Once you're on your back, go ahead and step the feet in so those soles of the feet are on the mat. We're going to take a variation of reclining pigeon today in combination with bridge pose. So let's take the left leg, cross it over the right. Arms are down at your sides. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you slightly. And then on an inhale, float your hips up. Pause and breathe. Notice the activation in the standing hip. Notice the activation or the opening occurring through that left leg. And then as you exhale, release the pelvis down and then draw the legs in, grabbing behind the right thigh. So as you come into reclining pigeon, you can take a lot of options here. You can bend and straighten that right knee, rotate the leg, rotate either ankle, rock a little bit from side to side. So just make it your own. And then start to slow down your breath. If you feel comfortable here, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. And just deepening the breath, just like you did at the beginning of the practice today. And then slowly uncrossing the legs, drawing both knees in towards the shoulders. Give a little release to the low back. And then switching sides, crossing right over left. Pressing that right knee out to the side. Arms down at the sides, tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. And then we'll inhale and lift the hips up. Modification of bridge pose. Pausing and breathing. Being in your body, notice what you feel. Relaxing your face and jaw. And then set the hips down, draw the legs in, reclining pigeon. And then when you feel ready, one more time, draw the knees into the chest, uncrossing the legs and just giving yourself a nice tight squeeze. Breathing deeply into the belly, letting the low back relax. And then just scanning, noticing if there's any other poses that you might want to take before you make your way into your final Shavasana. Taking any additional poses now. If you feel like your practice is complete, you can make your way into Shavasana, extending the legs out. Maybe a full body stretch might feel good. Reaching fingertips to toes before you come into that final resting posture. So do whatever is going to make this pose more comfortable for you. If you want to bring hands to the belly or keep your arms lengthened down at your sides, you can do that. Maybe a little bit of support underneath the knees might help you to release the low back. So make it work for you. Once you're settled in, walk the shoulder blades underneath you, open your heart. Good, deep inhale through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. Yogis, surrender to your mat. The next few moments, you have nothing else left to do but be here. Let the ground support you. Allow your eyes to close or lower your gaze and just be here in your space in this moment. Put a pause on the mind chatter. Put a pause on your body. Take a moment of gratitude for where you are right now. Just allow yourself to be.